Hello, welcome to McDonald's Crafting, and now this is just a quick one today. I want to see how it works. Now I've got this silicone mould that was sold to me really for resin, but I'm not going to use it for resin. I'm not going to make a chopping board or a serving board out of resin because personally I don't believe resin is food safe enough to do that. So what I thought I'd see is if I could make it out of white Portland cement. I'm going to reinforce this with some chicken wire, and as you know, I had a roll of chicken wire given me. I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to put some wires in it as well while it's curing to give it that extra little bit of support. That's what will be inside of this once it's all cured up, but obviously you won't be able to see it because it will be in between a layer of concrete. I've also got some of this natural stone, which is a red colour, that I'm going to put in it as well. And as long as I tap it down, it should lay pretty flat, and I'm hoping not only will that maybe give it a little bit of strength, but a bit of interest as well. I've got my Portland cement in there, as you can see, and I'm going to mix it up. Now, you should measure this out weight-wise, but I never do. So I'm going to mix it up so it's like a really thick, creamy consistency. Now, you get quite a bit of working time with this, but don't hang around forever because you won't get forever. What you will get is probably 10-15 minutes of it. And remember, white cement or cement is very different to plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is made of gypsum, which is a much more fragile product, and this is made of limestone and something else that I can't remember. I will put what it is. So always, if you're going to do this, then make sure you use the cement. So that's the consistency I'm happy with. Can you see? It's like a really good whipped double cream. And now I'm going to add my stones into it. I think we'll add a few more than that. What's like baking a cake? Not that I'd want to eat a cake made out of this, but... I got some broken glass as well that I had from when I dropped a glass a little while back. And it shattered into some lovely pieces. I think I'm going to put some of this in it as well. Let's see if that'll give me like some little clear bits coming up the top. Things like that. I'm just going to break it up a little bit more. And it's not sharp because it's shattered like that. So I'm going to chuck some of that in as well. See how that looks. Smaller bits rather than the chunky bits. See, I keep everything in case it comes in handy, as you know. And now I'm going to put some in my mould. Now, I've not used any mould release in this because I don't think it needs it. It's quite a large piece, and this should... And it's silicone, so it should release all on its little lonesome. And now I'm going to put my chicken wire over the top of that. Like that. Push that down. Put my other wires in as well. Have no idea, like I said, if this is going to work. We will see. And now I'm going to put some of this on the top. Cover this right up. What do you think? Do you think this is going to work? Let me know in the comments at this point whether you think this is going to work or what it's going to look like. Covering all that wire up, but it's also starting to lay a little bit flatter. So now I'm going to make sure the handle's full. Now I'm going to spray that top with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to go over it with this just to flatten it all out and smooth it all out. Do that one more time. And now I'm going to let that set. That shouldn't take long, probably an hour or so to set up, and then I'll come back and I'll see what it come out like. Well, this has been left for about 3/4 of an hour and it's gone hard, but I wouldn't say it's hard enough yet to do anything with other than to take it out of the mould, because this silicone mould then won't be holding in all the moisture. And from that side, actually, it looks really, really nice. And that side, you've got a bit of glitter in it as well, because there was a bit of glitter left in that mould from something else I'd done. And that is the side that, obviously, as you can see, is nicely polished. But I'm going to do a little bit more work to that as well prior to finishing it all off. But what I will do is I'm going to go around any of these little flashing bits or over pour here. I'm going to break off because this is the ideal time to do it because it's still not fully hard. Saddy sad. Boo. handle. The handle did break off, but I know exactly what I did wrong. Firstly, I used copper wire in there, which was silly because it's so soft. Secondly, I only put the wire to here. I should have run the wire right across there and not only had that little short bit, and then it would have done it. Also, I think having the glass in there and the stones perhaps weakened it, and the glass didn't really come through. So I'm going to quickly make this again, but I'm going to do it slightly differently to see if it'll work even better, or work at all. I've got a wire coat hanger, and this is really quite strong metal, and it is a lot harder to bend. I'm going to upcycle that, put that in there like that, so you've got two bits running down there, and put some extra support in there. The chicken wire worked really well, because look, that ain't going nowhere, so it's only that weak bit here that I need to support. I'm going to put another bit of chicken wire in there, but I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit more glitter in this. So we'll come back once this is all cured up, and then I'm going to show you how to seal it ready to be used for food and things. Well, the second one is cured up nicely, and it's made a real big difference putting that strong stainless steel in there and putting a lot more in there. I've also added some little wooden feet to the bottom of this. You can buy these quite easily, and glued them on there using wood glue because it glues onto concrete really well. And I don't know if you can see how nice and sparkly. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. With the extra glitter in there, this has come out really sparkly and lovely, and I love the two-tone effect. Now, concrete is porous, even though it's used quite a lot now for work surfaces, floors and tables and things. It is quite porous. So if you're going to use it for cheese and food and things like that, it needs to be sealed. So what I've got hold of is some of this stone and concrete wax, which is a sealer. It's completely food safe. It's a lemon flavour, this one. Or lemon scented. I get told off for saying flavour. Oh, it does smell nice. And it is, all it is a wax. Beeswax and carnauba. Not heard of that before, so I don't know what that is. You rub it in to your concrete, and I want to be quite generous with this, all the way around, and then you leave it for 30 minutes to soak in to the concrete, and that will create a lovely seal, and then you can polish it off, and that will then make that completely waterproof, and oil and things won't absorb into it. I think that has made a really pretty nice cheese board or anything else that you want to use it for, really. This has been sitting now for about 30 minutes, and all I need to do is go over that and buff that up, and that'll bring that. Unfortunately, I don't think my camera is doing it any justice. Don't seem to be able to get the white balance worked out in my camera properly, and that will bring a really nice sheen to that all the way around, but it'll also have made that watertight and oil proof. Test that easily by going, and look, as you can see, the water is just sitting on there and just runs off, which is what we want, especially if you're going to be using it for food. You don't want to be staining it, and you can do that periodically. And there we go. Look how much stronger that is now with that proper handle in it. We've got a nice charcuterie board, if that's how you say it, who knows. Cheese board or a display board as well. And now you can put hot pans on this as well. It's not going to burn, it is concrete. So if you're having a fondue or something, you could put a nice hot pan on this in the middle of the table. I think that's worked out really well. I think the sparkle in it is lovely. The stones have come out lovely. I'm very pleased with that. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Easy to make, and to be honest, costs next to nothing to make as well. Old coat hanger, bit of cement, and a mould I already had. Take care, enjoy your crafting, bye.